Many of us often believe that remembering everything from the past, every joy, every sorrow, every wound, every moment of happiness, will make us stronger. We think those memories are proof of our journey, of how far we've come, of how much we've grown. But perhaps we've forgotten one simple truth. Carrying everything with us isn't always a sign of wisdom or strength. Sometimes it is the very weight of memories that keeps our wings from flying freely. Living wisely is not only about remembering, it is also about knowing when to forget. True freedom doesn't come from holding on to everything, but from the ability to let go of what has already passed. We cannot fly toward the future if our hearts are still tied to the fragments of yesterday. The story you are about to hear isn't just a fairy tale. It is a mirror reflecting ourselves, people caught between memory and the present moment. Listen closely, for within it lies a simple yet profound lesson. Sometimes, to truly live, we must learn to let go. And when the story ends, ask yourself, am I living in the present or slowly dying in the past? Once upon a time, deep in a quiet green forest, there lived a little bird. Its song was as clear as a stream, and its wings were as soft as clouds. Everyone loved that bird. But after a while, it began to develop a strange habit. Whenever it experienced something, a bright sunny day, a sad rainy one, a warm smile, or even a tiny wound, it would carve that memory onto a small stone. Each day, the little bird collected those stones and placed them into a small pouch on its back. To the bird, every moment in life was worth remembering. It believed joyful memories were treasures, and even painful ones carried lessons. So whether good or bad, everything was carefully recorded. At first, this habit brought the bird happiness. Every time it looked at the pouch, it felt as if it held its whole life within. But over time, the pouch grew heavier. With each passing day, it filled more and more, and its wings no longer felt as light as before. Flying through the sky became difficult, yet the bird stubbornly believed that one day all these memories would become useful. The bird didn't realize that those tiny stones, those seemingly harmless memories, were slowly pulling it down. The heavier the pouch became, the more its wings ached. Each time it tried to soar high, it found itself flying lower. Still, the bird believed that holding on to the past meant holding on to itself, unaware that this very act was quietly taking away its freedom. One morning, as sunlight filtered through the leaves, the little bird met an old owl perched on an ancient branch. The owl looked at it with deep, wise eyes and asked, "Little bird, what is it that you carry that makes you look so burdened?" The bird smiled, somewhat proudly, and replied, "This pouch holds my entire life, every joy, every sorrow, and every lesson from the past. I don't want to forget a single thing." The owl frowned and said in a solemn voice that echoed through the forest, "But tell me, are you living for today or merely flying with the weight of yesterday?" The question startled the bird, but it only smiled faintly and flew away. Yet from that moment on, its wings felt heavier than ever, and it could no longer rise as high as before. Days passed. The pouch grew fuller still. The stones piled up until the bird could barely lift itself off the ground. Its wings ached, its heart grew tired, yet it refused to let go, afraid that without those memories, life would lose its meaning. Then one rainy afternoon, while trying to cross a muddy patch, the bird slipped. The pouch spilled open, and the stones fell, crushing its fragile body. It no longer had the strength to stand. Under the cold rain, it lay still, buried beneath the very memories it once cherished. When the rain stopped, the old owl came. Looking down at the lifeless little bird, he whispered softly, "Memories are meant to light the path ahead, not to become chains that bind the wings of freedom." When the pale morning sunlight crept through the trees, the forest fell silent. Other birds gathered around the tiny, motionless body. The sweet morning song was gone. Only the small open pouch remained, filled with stones etched with words, memories now half buried in the earth. The old owl bowed his head, eyes filled with sorrow. He murmured, "Memories, whether beautiful or painful, exist to guide us, not to weigh us down. When we hold on to them too long, they keep us from flying forward." His words drifted with the wind like a final farewell. A gentle breeze swept through the forest, carrying away a few stones, as if the sky itself was helping free the little bird from its past. The story of the little bird spread throughout the forest. From that day on, whenever someone felt burdened by too much in their heart, they would remember that bird. The one who believed holding on to everything was living fully, but who, in the end, lost itself to the weight of remembrance. And perhaps we are not so different from that little bird. We too carry in our hearts too many things, moments that should have been set free long ago. Life is short. We cannot change yesterday, we can only live fully today. So learn to let go. Forgive. Forget. Move forward with a lighter heart. Only when our wings are free from the weight of the past can we truly soar, not to escape what was, but to reach a new sky where peace and freedom await. The story of the little bird is more than a tale told from a distant forest. It is a reflection of us all. Along life's journey, each of us carries our own stones of memory, unfinished joys, unhealed sorrows, unforgiven mistakes. We believe holding on to them makes us wiser, stronger. Yet the more we carry, the heavier our hearts become. Memories are meant to be cherished, not to be lived in forever. The past should be a teacher, not a prison. For if we keep looking back, we will never see the dawn breaking before us. So if today you still find yourself struggling beneath the weight of old memories, try putting them down. Let the wind take what is past. Let your heart breathe again. Forgive others, forgive yourself, and take the next step. Life doesn't ask us to forget everything, only to not let the past keep us from living fully today. Because only when we learn to release can we truly smile, softly, freely, and peacefully,